Alright, fine. Let's take a look at question 13. Samira sets up the electric circuit as shown below. So this is the diagram that show you the electric circuit. This is a switch. So once the switch is being closed, electric current will be able to flow through the circuit. And then we have here, which is our battery. So this is the main source of energy for this particular circuit. And then we know that electric circuit mainly comprise of three parts, which are the BBW, the battery, the bulb, and the wire. But for this case, instead of having the bulb, we have what we call the gong and the striker. Okay, the gong and striker is actually to replace the bulb, which help us to complete the circuit. And then we have these two parts here. We call them the electromagnet. So electromagnet is this part. Let me see whether I can highlight for you. So this is the electromagnet. Okay, the electromagnet is here. And then this is actually the iron bar. Okay, the iron. Because it's magnetic, it can be magnetized when the electric current flow through the coils of wire. So as there are more coils of wire, the electromagnet will have a stronger magnetic force of attraction. So you learn that in P3. Electromagnet will be able to attract iron bar. Okay, iron bar is also magnetic. So once the current flow through the circuit when the switch is closed, it helps to magnetize these two bar here, these two arms, or we call it two arms, and these two arms with the coils of wire around them, it will become a temporary magnet, which is what we call the electromagnet. And upon becoming the electromagnet, okay, so this electromagnet will be able to attract this iron bar. So this particular part here, this is the iron bar. It will be attracted, it will move downwards, the whole arm, because it's adjustable, because of this adjustable screw. It will be able to move down the whole arm, the whole iron bar, the arm will be able to move downwards. And once it moves downwards, right, this gong, okay, so once this being attracted to the electromagnet, once the iron bar is being electric, then the gong will actually touch, the striker will touch the gong and make the sound. Alright, so to let you have a better idea of what Mrs. Tan has been talking about, let me show you this quick video.
Electromagnet.
Okay.
The wire wound coil of the electromagnet.
So when
the core of the electromagnet gets magnetized and attracts the iron armature. The hammer fixed to the armature strikes the gong. The circuit is broken, so the electromagnet gets demagnetized. The armature is pulled to its original position by the spring. The circuit is complete again and the current starts flowing again.
Alright, let's come back to the question again after watching the video. So once again, you see the question. So this is our electric circuit. And we know that electric circuit will form when there's battery, bulb, and wire. So for this case, we have the gong and the striker. Then we have the striker. Okay, let's highlight. So we have striker here. And then we have the gong here. Alright. And then we have the electromagnet. Electromagnet is this one. So this whole two arms, like I explained earlier, these two arms is actually our electromagnet. So once a circuit is closed, which is when the switch is closed, a closed circuit will be formed. Electric current will be able to flow through all this wire, and these two arms will become what we call the electromagnet, which is our temporary magnet. And in this case, the iron bar, okay, this is iron bar here, and this whole thing is the arm of the iron bar. Okay, this arm of the iron bar, this is the arm, will shift downwards. And shift downwards, it means the striker will be shifting downwards. But of course, you don't use the word shift downwards. So for science concept, we have to use the right phrase, which is attract. The iron bar will be attracted to the electromagnet. Okay? So once the circuit is closed. So let's look back at the question. Question A, what will Samira observe? So what she observed is what she see. So what she see is striker will hit the gong. The observation can also include the sound, the hearing part, which is you hear something. So you can also have the answer as the gong sound. The gong you can hear the sound, the gong will sound. Okay, so this is these two observation, right? It's either through looking and seeing or through hearing. Okay, that's part A. Then come to part B. Okay, part B here. This is the part that you need to explain. So when it comes to question with explanation, you need your evidence and you need your reasoning. So that's why you need your CER now. Okay, apply the CER, the reasoning and the evidence. Usually for science question, right, you will notice that the claim part actually have no mark. So the claim usually is 0 mark. It's the evidence that reasoning that will comprise the majority of the 2-mark question. So the claim is the striker will hit the gong, or we say the gong will sound. And why is that so? Concept. Evidence first. Let's look at the evidence. So the evidence is all here. Okay, the switch must be closed first. That's why we have to mention about the switch being closed. Then not forgetting, when the switch is closed, we must have our energy source, which is our battery. So then it will work. The whole circuit will work. So we have to mention that closed circuit is formed. Okay, closed circuit is formed when the switch is closed. That not only that, electric current will flow through. Okay, electric current. That's why this iron bar will be attracted. So that's the science concept related, the reasoning. So the evidence is close the switch, circuit is closed, electric current will be able to flow through. That's the evident part here. You see, when the switch is closed, a closed circuit is formed, therefore electric current can flow through the circuit. That's the evidence. And coming to the reasoning is actually your concept. How do you back up with the reasoning? And we have to understand why is this iron bar shifting downwards. We don't use the word shifting downwards, we use the word attract. ATTRACT. So we have to apply our P3 sign concept. So the electromagnet will be attracting the iron bar. That's the P3 concept that you learned in 2 years back. Or we can say the iron bar will be attracted to the electromagnet. Okay, hope this is much clearer.